Welcome back to PyPro versus YouTube channel where curiosity meets the code. Today the program that we're going to discuss is basic web browser using PyQt5. So let's build a web browser from scratch using PyQt5. So starting with we have from PyQt.q widgets import star. As we all know, this module of PyQt which provides UI elements like buttons, windows, and toolbars. Then we have PyQt.qt core import star, and this module of PyQt which provides core non-GUI functionality such as event handling, timers, and URLs. Then we have from PyQt.qt web engine import star. So we have import all the classes and functions from the Qt web engine widgets modules of PyQt5 which provides web browsing functionalities including Q web engine view widget for display web pages. We have import SYS. This imports SYS module which provides access to system specific parameters and functions such as command line in argument. Then we have class main window which defines a class main window that inherits from the Q main window. This class represents the main window of the application. Then we have def init self. So here the constructor method initializes the main window and its component. Then we have super main window comma self init. This calls the constructor of the parent class which is q main window to ensure that the main window is properly initialized. Then we have self dot browser is equal to q web engine view. This creates an instance of q web engine view which is a widget for displaying web pages. Then we have self.browser set URL which is www.google.com. This sets the initial URL browser to Google's homepage. Then we have self.set central widget self.browser. This sets the Q web engine view widget as a central widget of the main window, meaning it will occupy the central area of the window. Then we have self.show max size. So this max size is the window to occupy the entire screen. Then we have navbar is equal to q toolbar. This creates a toolbar q toolbar that will hold the navigation buttons and the URL bar. Then we have navbar dot address size. This adjusts the size of the toolbar to fit its contents. Then we have self dot add toolbar which adds the toolbar to the main window. Then we have back b and btn is equal to q action self. This creates an action button labeled with the left arrow symbol for navigation backwards. Then we have this connects the triggered signal for the back btn action and the back method to the q web engine web widget allowing the user to go back to the previous page. Then we have nav backbar add action. So this adds the back btn action to the toolbar. Then we have forward btn q action forward symbol and self. This create an action button labeled with the right arrow symbol for navigation forward. Then we have forward btn triggered connect self dot browser forward. This connects the triggered signal of the forward btn action to the folder method to the of the Q web engine widget, allowing the user to go forward to the next page. Then we have NAVBAR add action forward BTN. This adds the forward BTN action to a toolbar. Then we have reload BTN Q action reverse self. This creates an action button labeled with reload symbol for reloading the current page. Then we have reload btn dot triggered connect self dot browser dot reload. This connects the triggered signal of the reload btn action to the reload method of the q web engine view widget, allowing the user to reload the current page. Then we have nav bar.add action. This adds the reload btn action to the toolbar. Then we have self.url bar is equal to q line edit. So this creates a line widget that will serve as a URL bar where users can enter website addresses. Then we have self.url.bar return press. This connects self.open URL. This connects the return press signal which is emitted when the enter key is pressed of the URL bar to the open URL method. This allows the user to navigate to the entered URL when they press enter. Then we have navbar.add widget self URL bar. This adds the URL bar widget to the toolbar. Then we have self browser.url change.connect. This self updates the URL. This connects the URL change signal to of the Q web engine view widget to the update URL method. This updates the URL bar when the browser's URL changes. Then we have def open URL self. This defines the open URL method which is responsible for navigating to the URL entered in the URL bar. Then we have URL is equal to self URL bar dot text. This retrieves the text from the URL bar. Then we have self browser dot setup URL q URL. This sets the browser's URL to value the entered in the URL bar navigating to the specified website. Then we have def update URL self queue. This defines the update URL method which updates a text in the URL bar when the browser's URL changes. Then we have self.url bar set text queue to string. This updates the URL bar with current URL of the browser. Then we have app is equal to queue application sys.argv. This creates an instance of queue application passing in the command line in argument which is sys.argv. Then we have queue application which sets application name as eflux browser. So this is a random name. Then we have window is equal to main window which creates an instance of the main window class which initializes and displays the main window of the application. Then we have app.exe which enters the main event loop of the application when it waits for the user interaction and events. So let's quickly see the output of this program. So as usual we have command prompt python space main.py. So and we have ef flux browser, we have forward arrow, backward arrow. It's basically Google. There's reload, so we can type anything crossword clues. Then we can reload the page, we can go back, we can go front. Then we have sign in options, we have widgets, then we have the URL, etc. Thanks so much for watching. If you have learned something from this video, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.